Hello everyone, welcome to the Lalantia show. Today I'm really excited to come on to do a review of the Mists of Avalon Oracle deck. So if you are new here, my name is Lalantia. I'm a psychic realm channeler and energy healer. My YouTube channel is all about different things regarding spirituality. I do reviews of Oracle and Tarot decks. I talk about the lost lands. I talk about magical beings. I talk about healing and crystals. The divine feminine, the divine masculine. I talk about all different kinds of things. Sometimes I have guests on. In the work that I do, I specialize in working with the magical beings. So I work with dragons, unicorns, mermaids, fairies, all of the different kinds of magical beings. And I also work with regular spirit guides, angels, ancestors, gods, goddesses, galactic beings, pretty much any being I can channel with, as long as they're the highest and best good. So I am all about helping you connect to the magic of who you really truly are and really deepening that connection to yourself so that you can show up in this world to do what you're here to do, the life that you're meant to live, a happy, healthy, aligned, purposeful life. Now, I'm noticing that my the shadows behind me are kind of funny, and you might notice that people walk by, because I noticed that happened earlier, which is interesting because, I don't know, there's not a lot of people that walk by, but that's okay. It is what it is. So I wanted to share this deck because when I saw it in the store, I got really, really excited, like seriously excited, because when I read the Mists of Avalon, it was, I don't know, 17 years ago or something. And when I read the book, excuse me, when I read the book, I was like, whoa, like this is like home for me. This feels like home. This feels like I was there, and I really, really deeply connected to it. That was like the most emotional read the most emotional book I've ever read. So when I saw, and also I want to mention, I work very closely with Avalon. So a lot of the work that I do is in Avalon or related to Avalon, or bringing back energy from Avalon or remembrance from Avalon and the work that we did there. So when I saw this deck, the Mists of Avalon Oracle, I just about screamed in the store because I didn't even know it existed. Apparently it came out towards the end of 2019, and I don't know how I missed it, but I did. It's published by Rockpool Publishing, and that's probably why I missed it. I just don't see their catalogs as much or something. So the box itself is just normal. It's pretty good quality box itself. And the book is pretty good. So it's just regular size. It's not big, not huge or anything. But it does have colored pictures. There's the core. And the messages in the book are really, really good. So I actually really enjoy reading the message in the book right now as I get to know the deck more and more. I don't necessarily need it all of the time, and the more I use the deck, the less I'll even look in the book, but I really like the messages in the book. And especially so far, it's mostly pulling cards for myself because I haven't had the book that long, or the deck that long, but I like the messages in the book. They really resonate with me. They feel totally accurate. I get them. They don't feel convoluted. They feel very clear to me. So, for example, the tour. So that is one of the pictures that I showed you, actually. The tour is truth, clarity, connection, source. And so that's what it will say on the card. And then it says, spiritual seeker, enter the great hill, the pinnacle portal to Avalon. And then it has a little message that kind of sums things up, and then you can read further. But the little message is, you are on a quest for greater self-understanding and spiritual enlightenment. Remain focused and aligned with your spiritual growth and intention. You are now ready to raise your energetic vibration. Reconnect with your deepest self. There's wonder and magic within your reach. All you need is to have faith. So that message kind of sums everything up. But if you want to go deeper, then there is like 2 more pages and then an affirmation at the end. The affirmation for this one is, I am connected to spirit. So I really like the book. It talks in the beginning about how to use the cards. Let's see. Yeah, it has a really good introduction about the purpose of the deck, the energy of the deck, how to use the cards, the different spreads that you can use with them, and then it just dives right into the cards themselves. So the cards look like that on the back. They're decent cardstock. They're not like, I don't know, I've seen thicker. They're not super thick. They are slippery, high gloss. I don't know if I have a preference in that. I may have said so in another video. I don't even remember anymore. But I don't know. I kind of like it when they're matte because the gloss makes it hard to take pictures of. But that's kind of the main point of it that I don't like, which is kind of silly because it's not about taking pictures. But anyways, I will show you some of the cards. So each of them has, so the number, of course, is important. She says so in the book as well. And then it has the different main points. So this one is honor, trust, ideals, and aspiration. And that's for Camelot. So the excuse me, the images I think are beautiful, but I really, really like the style. I like how it has like the little like scroll there with what the card is, and the pictures themselves, that the artwork is just stunning. So I thought I would just show you a few. I like that one, the dragon. Pathfinder, integration, strength, power. So I've used this deck mostly for myself, but I have pulled cards for a few people and a collective card just to share on social media. And every time they've been really, really spot on, especially when I pulled them for a couple people just like in Messenger, sending them through, and they had come for me for a little bit of support. They were like exactly the messages that they need. So many people saw when I got the deck, I posted on Facebook, like, how did I not know that this deck even existed? And a bunch of people commented and they were like, what? I didn't know it existed either. And like the next thing I know, like there's a whole bunch of people that ended up going and buying the deck because they also are just so so connected to the book, The Mists of Avalon, but also to Avalon. And Avalon to me is the closest thing to what feels like home. So anything that has to do with Avalon is really powerful to me. And I love anything to do with the tour. I've visited the tour, I've been to Glastonbury and climbed the tour. And so every time I see it, my heart just feels really, really happy. And so these cards actually really bring me a lot of joy. They bring me a lot of peace. And they are always, once again, look at the tour is very prominent on these. They really bring me the messages that I need, like exactly what I need to hear and be reminded of. So for me, this deck is probably, I didn't think about what I would rate it. Some decks I would rather not rate at all. Like, I don't know what I would rate them, but this one, so the art, I love. The style and how They are, they have the scroll there, the scroll work. I like the words on the side. I like that the numbers right clear on the top. I like that the fairies are portrayed this way and not like beautiful, I don't know, traditional. I don't know. Maybe it's just like Disney movie style fairies. You know, these are naked, which makes a lot more sense for how fairies really look, and they're not like traditionally beautiful like Disney style fairies. So all of that I love. I love the book itself. I think that all of that is a 10. Like the art, the book, the descriptions, the energy, it's all a 10. I love, 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 love it. The cards, I feel like will get a bit worn on the edges because it's just the quality of the cards. So it's not that they're bad quality, but it's not a super expensive deck. I don't know. I think I paid $21.95. So it's, for what you pay, it's definitely really, really good deck. I would say that if the cards were matte instead of high gloss and a little bit thicker, better quality, so that the edges are getting, like, I've only used them a little bit, and if you look at all of the cards together, you can start to see where the edges are going to get a little bit pulled down, a little bit messed up. So that part, I would say, kind of brings it down a little bit. Maybe I overall would be a 9 out of 10. Or I don't know, if I were to do the 5-star rating, like if I were to review it somewhere online, I would probably still give it 5 stars. If I was doing the 10-star rating, I would give it a 9. So that is all the cards. I actually showed you all of them. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of what they look like, what to expect from the deck. I love it. I think that it is amazing. It is my go-to deck right now. I think that the cover is incredible. The artwork is amazing. The energy is amazing. This is a deck that I just want to like have with me all of the time. I really, really love it. So if you love the Mists of Avalon, or you're pulled to work with the energy of Avalon at all, this is the perfect deck. And actually I have 3 different decks that are Avalon. They have Avalon energy. 3 or 4. There might be 4. This is by far my favorite of all of them, and the art, for one, is way better than any of the others. It has a lot more specific energy. Like some of them have, like the energy is less specific. I don't even know if that makes sense. Like I know what I mean. I don't know if you'll know what I mean. But this deck is definitely my favorite of all of them. So if you are thinking about getting a deck with Avalon energy, this is one that I would recommend. So it is by Rose Inserra. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right. And it's illustrated by Nadia Turner. So you can check them out. I'm probably going to look up that art. Excuse me, the artist, because I really like the artwork on these. Like I would love to have the art on my wall. So all right, that's everything for this video. I hope that it helps you in making a decision whether this deck is for you or not for you. If you have any questions, you can post them below. If you like this video, I'd love if you gave it a thumbs up. It would help to get more views on it, more people to see it. I also would invite you to like share it out if there's people that you think might enjoy the video. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for joining me.